Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, we're going to get everybody on Windows 11 here when I get back from my trip, and I'm aware that you, Joe, and Chrissy are probably getting that because Windows 10 is technically not supported anymore, but we're okay. It's still good. It still works. You're just going to be annoyed by that pop up, is all.
No, that's fine. I just keep canceling it, clicking it. Just as I
Yeah,
just click
I
on
can look and
continue to.
I can try to see if there's a way for me to disable that pop up right now to stop it from
It's
annoying you.
fine. I just wanted to make you aware of it because I don't know if potentially down the road we're not going to be able to use it. So
No,
I just
it's just letting you know that it's ill advised to stay on Windows 10, which we're aware of. We've had a plan in
yeah,
place for that for a while. It's just they're just trying to let you know and push your IT department to make sure they do it. That's all.
yeah. Okay. So I'll
So,
just keep clicking it off then. No
yep,
worries.
yep,
Okay.
and we'll let you know when the three of you guys are getting Windows 11 because you guys will be the first ones because you're the ones getting. QuickBooks is the only one that's really pushing this.
Yeah.
No other software is doing that. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Did you also see my email about the fax? They canceled our fax line.
I did, and
I,
I went in, I looked, and it seems like everything's okay. And I did get hung up in the middle of working on that. I'm going to finish it today, but it looks like I might have to reset up the forwarding. So it is something that's on my plate, and it's a hot topic for
okay.
today. Yes, we
All
did get
good.
that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep, and I'll let you know. Nothing should change on our end as far as your fax number because we kept the same fax number you guys used in the past. We just forwarded it to whatever fax number they gave us. So what I'm saying is we don't have to change anything on our end. I just have to get a new fax number from the service because I guess they delete it once and I don't even know why it went away. Like the credit card was fine on the account still and everything. So it's really weird. I don't know why it stopped, but
It's weird.
I am
Okay.
going to get it back up and live. It was supposed to bill us at the end of March for the next year, but they didn't. That's what I need to find out why they didn't. And generate a new phone number and make sure it's and test it, make sure it's working, and then let you know. So that'll happen today.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye. You can tell us about.
Yes, but we would just have to set it as a column that we sort off. Plus, that you do under intranet.
You're supporting MDP or you're supporting CDP. That's your focus. My focus is MDP. If our goal is to make sure you're making me happy, I'm making you happy. This is a
My
partnership.
job is to make you happy.
The MTP is it's a very valuable thing. We'll see what happens. You know, that's another 5 years down the road. So anyway, Wagman Company, you haven't get very far, and with the list issues, and the only reason why it's not being taken seriously is because we haven't made it official. Now that they have the team in here, now that they know they can.
Sean McWilliams. Morning. This is a fired up crowd. It's a great Tuesday. Tuesday. Well, Wayne's out. Yeah. I know Al's here. Dave's out. I don't know where Chris is. I'm sure we'll join in a minute. There's Chris. Okay. Okay. Just waiting on Al, but I know Al's working on some stuff. I think we can probably get started. Who wants to go first? Michelle, why don't you go first?
Hey.
Yay!
Well, I don't have a whole lot to share. We are, we just kicked off the next issue of Turkey Call. Matt did mention Christina probably getting a little ahead on Jake's. They're starting to pull some content together for that.
Okay.
We did wrap up the brand guidelines yesterday, which they've been in a constant state of update for months. Other than that, we are working on some office walls. We have a meeting Thursday at 2. Nick, I did not include you in that, but you are, and or Jeff are welcome to be part of it. I've just got Nick on, or I'm sorry, just got Dave and myself on there. I know you've been viewing them all along, but if you want to be part of the conversation with Jason and Kurt, you're welcome. I can forward the meeting. We have a convention theme review meeting next Friday at 11 a.m. So I was able to push it as far as I could to the end of that week. I think we're going to be okay. Christina and Al's concepts are coming along really nicely, and that gives Dave over a week to really get his in tip-top order. And if we want to build anything else or have any further discussion, we get a little bit of time over the next week. I am out that day, but I've asked Becca to set the meeting up to record, just so we have a record of it. She's the one that set the meeting. So those are probably the two biggest things coming up. She's turkey hunting. She's going to Kansas. She, at the last minute, got a tag to go to Kansas, so she's out the rest of the week. Al, Christina, their system is back up and running. They were offline for a big part of the day yesterday. Seems to be back in order today. And I was able to close out several projects this morning, got a handful of those. So we're probably at the lowest number of projects in the system in a long time, which is good because we're working on some of the theme stuff and some other things. We've got a couple of manuals that we know they're going to hit the system within the month from the HR department. They've got a new person since Lisa Wart passed away. So I think they're just trying to get all their ducks in a row and kind of get that person up to speed. That's all I got.
Who passed away?
Lisa Wart, she was in their legal department. She had cancer. She died last year. So this new person, it's their first year dealing with like all the associate handbooks and that sort of thing. So those are headed our way probably. Usually those come in and they have a pretty quick turnaround because they've got their annual meeting or whatever Jason does over the summer. So, and those manuals take a little bit of back and forth because there's a lot of legal copy in them. Other than that, we've got the 2 calendars that are coming along pretty nicely. The photo calendar's more or less wrapped up. Just waiting to find out if we're going to have a coupon in it. And we're working on the gun calendar. So that's all I got.
Chris, you want to go next?
Morning. So we had UWI agree to the photo shoot last week, so that breaks a dam on our side for what we can do. So that's kind of full steam ahead. I've kept you partially in the loop, Nick, on the back and forth between John Trice and UWI in terms of legal terms. That I don't know that it's contentious, but the licensing thing all has to do with the talent agent and not John's rights. So they're working on language there. But it's not slowing anything down, I don't think. That's not my perception. I haven't pressed send yet, but I'm going to follow up with Chris King again about the budget for this year and getting some of this stuff that we have in the pipeline build. So that doesn't want to be a Friday meeting. I think that wants to be an offline meeting. I just want to understand where his head is. And whether it includes Kristen or not, that's up to him. And that's all I have on UWI. PGI, we presented Valvoline yesterday, and that went very well. Nice work, Lance. So that work has been handed off to them to advance further. And then the PGI rebrand, I have to look at my notes. I couldn't remember where we left off with that after the presentation, if we have next steps or if they're going to get back to us on stuff.
I believe they like 3 of them, but
Oh, that's right.
I think we're waiting for them to officially say those are, that's their direction.
M, X, and G. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me review those notes and see if there's any loose ends we need tied up by them before we advance. And then it seems like we can bill the renders work, so I'll get that going. Erickson, we need revision. Should I put something on your calendar, Lance, to move that forward?
Revisions for the icons?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I've got it. It's been on my list. We just had other pressing things, so. This week is Erickson and Sylvania.
Let's not confuse Tyler's kindness with apathy. He reached out to me this morning, so I'm bugging you.
For those icons specifically?
No, he reached out on a tagline. He wants to kick that off. Luckily, I kicked that off last week, so that's rolling. But the tagline, the icons is something that we've had in our camp for a couple of weeks now. So,
yeah, I'll get it going today.
Okay. Pennzoil, Jeff, I didn't read Rochelle's comments, but it seemed as though she had her fair share on the deck.
Yeah, I'll be working with those today.
Okay. And then do you want to meet one more time before we have Alan tomorrow?
Only if you feel like we need to.
I don't want to get in your way. And I don't want to add.
I'm good. If you'd like to meet, I'm happy to, but.
Yep, I'm cool. Everybody else cool? Excellent. All right. I think it's in good shape, and I don't want to put one more thing on your calendar if it's not necessary. We did, by the way, Bill knows. Oh, Bill doesn't know. Bill knows. What do you know, Bill? We did a 1 pulse on Cleansoil. So I think, we talked about that, Bill, last week. So just some interesting brand awareness stuff, Nick, that we'll bring to the party that will, I think, help inform some of the discussion, but none of it. It was a nice to have, and I think I think we're glad we did it. Yeah, Jeff?
Jeff walked me through some of that.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Monday.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, Earth Science. We did a 1 pulse last week on their package concepts, and Lance, it was decisive. So that's always helpful. There is one clear winner selected, preferred. That's research words, right? Preferred concept versus the other 2. So I need to put that summary together with the charts and graphs, and we'll and get that back in front of Jeff. Interesting experience. I have some feedback for him. I went to Walmart this weekend. Don't ask me why. I think I lost a bet, but I did find Revitasoil. It is not at all. You would have to specifically be looking for it, at least in the Walmart on Red Bank Road, because it's tucked away inside. It's a little bag. It's not soil at all. It's like cat litter consistency. It's like granulars. You pick up the bag and that's how it sounds. And it's, this big, like a soil, but a little guy. And it's, $20. So it's not, I didn't think it would be outside with the big soils or anything else, but this is not something you might happen to find if you're debating whether to get Miracle Grow or some other organic soil thing. It's not, with, at least in this case. So they're going to have to do something. I think they'll need to do some. So I want to ask Jeff about that, my experience, and if that's normal or not.
Could do a shelf talker.
Yeah, even in its, yeah. And that's all I have on my list.
Bill, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Just got a text from William. He wants me to ask about the St. Louis project and the status this morning. Does anybody know?
Check the box. You asked. Yeah, they sent some feedback. They sent some feedback on Friday, Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
We have not gone back and revisited that. So,
Okay. I'm going to say wet St. Louis project.
yeah, didn't seem to know anything about it.
See.
What email?
Okay, yeah. Okay. No, I'm going to send him the real thing. Okay. So, yeah, he's typing again, so it maybe have something else. So, who's left? Me? Lance does have some, Lance and actually Paul's got some Winchester, Copper Impact. You know, we're waiting on those guys. We went over that yesterday with them. Same thing with the drone. We need a new variation on the illustration. The Canon and the 250th large display cartons. I guess you know that's back in their court to get some more information, but I don't think any of them is really pressing, guys. So it is what it is. So but there's usually we only have one or two little design jobs. Now we've got 4, so that's all I have.
Paul, do you want to get a template set up for that black powder job?
What black powder job?
You meant blank.
The Canon
Oh.
job.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's. I've got there's a folder set up.
Yeah, usually Paul does I think it's a template setup, pulls a
Okay.
skew that is the right die line and kind of. If you can do that this week, that's awesome. If not, not a big deal.
If you look at my Magnum 100 count items, then I'll do that for you.
It broke well. Did you send me an email?
Yeah.
I ignored.
I did. Yeah, right before the meeting. So,
Missed that.
cool. That's it. For me, we've got some WAG, Walgreens, is giving us some new stuff. Trying to keep building a relationship with those guys. Got some pet holiday treats, which are cute, due out end of the week, getting into next week. But we're busy. Cass is helping us when she can. She'll be back online. She's traveling out to and is going to reside in Vallejo, California for a while. Vallejo, California is 20 miles east of San Francisco. It's a nice place in the country.
Nice.
Yeah. So she'll plug in and get out there and help us when she can.
Paul, if you and Scott want to set up some time with David and I, Thursday or Friday, probably Friday because Thursday's filling up with meetings, but unless it's later in the afternoon on Thursday, but to talk about moving some of those files.
Yeah. Scott, want me to set up the meeting? Or you want me to? Or you want me? All right. You.
Our calendars should be pretty up to date.
Okay. Awesome.
Bit of housekeeping next Tuesday. I'll go over the first quarter's results. January, February, March. So I'll need 10 minutes at the end of the meeting. Is that it?
Yeah,
This is enough. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't really have anything for IT other than the fact that I'm leaving for 10 days from May 2nd to May 12th. And when I so while I'm gone, the service desk will be there to support you guys, and I'll be around. But when I get back, I want to do a big push on wellness checks across the board. We got some things happening on the back end, IT and storage, and a bunch of stuff going on. So we're gonna make a big push for that when I get back. But just note May 2nd to May 12th, and I'll put it on your guys' schedule. So that way you guys are aware of that and cognizant of that. Just call the service desk if you guys have any problems. And I'll send an email before I leave, too, to let you guys know. That's all I had.
Just as an FYI too, I was speaking with Randy this morning. He's leaving for a short vacation Friday. He'll be out until I think like the Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday after next Friday. So
A much needed, a much earned vacation after the 15th.
Yeah. It's the only time of year that I can't call him at times. He goes, leaves me alone. But
Yep.
So, but yeah, just as an FYI. So, any freelance you order up, though, please let him know. So, that's all I got.
I have a vet appointment midday tomorrow, but it shouldn't be a big outage. Should be quick.
Yeah.
We good? Chris and Nick, stay on real quick.
Hey, Nick.
Yes, sir.
Sean is asking for the regional hubs map.
Hey, boss, I just wanted to let you know I did get your email about the NAS.
Yeah.
And that's probably like 1/20th or 1/30th of what we need. We're going to want to get over 100 terabytes is what I'm going for here.
Really?
I would say close to 100 terabytes. Yeah, a NAS like that with 16 terabytes would be good for a solopreneur that manages their stuff. That might be good, on their desk plugged into a studio Mac or something. But for a team, and as much as we archive, and yeah, I would say we'd probably want at least, because right now on our servers we're holding over 20 terabytes. And I know we're going to purge a lot of stuff, but I still see us still having around, like we have 20 terabytes in SharePoint right now alone on top of everything else that we have out here. So I believe.
Yeah, you're right. I probably calculated. I was just thinking that was a place to house things temporarily, but
I actually have one of those here at the studio right now. I actually have a NAS, a QNAP. It's not as new as the one that you pointed out, but like I've even thought about firing that up because it's not being used right now. It has 12 terabytes of free space, and I could probably use that for you guys to get to some things pretty easily. But if we're going to get something permanent for Fisher to get us through the next, hopefully, a decade, I'm going for 8 to 10 years with the purchase. Best practices says 5 to 7 years, but we're going to try and make this puppy stretch a little bit longer.
But that's amount of storage. I mean, would we take kind of what's our completed projects now and all that kind of stuff and move it over to
We would get everything that's on everything moved to this device.
Yeah. Okay, I get you.
Yeah, so
that totally makes sense. The other stuff is old. It's on a Windows 10 machine and shit.
multiple servers and Windows virtual machines. Yes, that's what we're doing now, and external hard drives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not that we need to delete everything, even on that Apple server. It's just a matter of us having year to year and not having a shit ton of duplicates in each year. We have, like, in the one of the biggest messes we have, I believe, is in the legacy and production folder. Because I know there was times where Lance would copy the whole folder because he was afraid that while we were messing with stuff that we might lose something. So he'd create like a ZZZ folder and then dump the whole folder inside that folder. So he just duplicated the whole drive. And that's done 2 or 3 times inside of the production folder right now. So it's probably 2 or 3 times too big for itself because it's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of wanting some admin privileges on those things so I could throw away all those things that you see. But
there's just a lot. There's so much of it everywhere, and nobody wants to micromanage anybody. We don't want you to feel like you're being micromanaged, but we got to be careful with what's in there, right? So, bottom line is I really appreciate you helping out on this, and if you want to continue helping, yeah, absolutely. I just need you to and maybe I'm overkilling it, but by getting Fisher Design something that will hold 100 terabytes and hoping that will work for us for over the next decade, that's where I was going, if that makes sense.
No, that's good. I mean,
100 terabytes.
To get a machine with some empty bays so you can stick in the drives at some point,
Correct, but then you're going to have different volumes unless you spend the extra money to get a really nice, like SAN-like level instead of a NAS, a SAN level, and then you could expand storage and yeah, you could do that. But once you set up your volumes on these NASs, they're pretty much there. And then you add more drives, you got to set up a different volume, and then you can't really. It's difficult to expand it, is what I'm trying to say. And
my research on Synology said that you could just basically plug it in, and
the software will do it itself. Yeah, and again, I haven't messed with any of the new NASs, and I'm sure they are getting better and better as they go. And I've never messed with Synology either. I'm a QNAP guy.
Cool. Yep. All right. Well, let's stay on it. I know it's a problem,
well, it's been a problem for the last 4 years. Like this problem, like I've been pushing for a NAS or a solution for 4 years now because I've seen this mess, and it's just now that they're hitting the cap on SharePoint and they're spending the extra money, they're starting to see, oh shit, we have to do something.
Yeah. So the NAS that you have sitting around doing nothing.
I shouldn't say it's not doing anything. It's got a bunch of old pictures and stuff on it, but
but could that be set up as a test drive?
Sure, I'd be happy to set up for a test if you guys are looking at going to QNAP, because that's the interface you'd be looking at, right? You'd be doing it through their OS, the QNAP OS.
We'd be doing it through the Mac OS, mounting it as a.
That's one way. That's one way to do it, but I think you guys would have a better experience just to go to the website, log into the web experience of that to search for your files, and then once you find what you're looking for, then copy them to your computer. Browsing the files is just much quicker and faster through the web interface, and you can search. And I'm not saying it has AI tools, but not this old one I have, but you can still search for file names and stuff. Let me get it set up that way you can play around with mounting it and having the web interface, and you can see what I'm talking about. Let's push. Let's. I have a lot going on before I leave in May for a well-needed trip.
Yep.
So I don't know if this is something I have capacity for between now and May 13th, 14th ish.
Listening to you. No worries, man.
I can get in there and take a look at it, see if there's anything in there that I think would be bothersome for you to see. If there's nothing in there, I think I'll get you in there with it the way it is now. Instead of wiping it and doing all that, I'll see if I can't get you in there to start playing around with it before I leave. Because there is stuff in there. I just want to make sure there's nothing in there that you shouldn't see. Or I need to carve you out a spot where you can go in there and play around, but not see everything. Something like that is what I'm saying. I'll see if I can't put time to get you started where you get some experience with the QNAP and maybe even make you a user in there to be able to do some things. So let me work on that this week. But let's push for actually doing a lab and setting it up for us testing when I get back from my trip. Let's make that an objective for when I get back.
Beach or one of the places.
Not this time. We're going to Kona. We're going to go to Hawaii. I need ocean, not the Gulf of whatever it's called today. So yeah, we're excited.
I'll touch you later. Thanks, Joe.
Yes, sir. Do you know the 3-digit code off the back of his card, Joe's card?
What's that?
Do you know the 3 digits on the back of Joe's card?
I do not.
He must be in a meeting or something. Like,
He is. He's in their sales meeting, their Tuesday sales meeting.
all right. Well, once I get that from him, I should have our faxes fixed. So,
Okay.
I got everything else set up. I figured out the phone number, how we're going to handle that, and everything. I just got to make the payment, and I'm waiting on him. So, if anybody does try to fax us, it's going to fail right now.
Okay.
And it looks like it
The
stopped at
only-
the end of last week.
Okay. The only faxes I receive are like, put your metal, recycle your metal here.
Ads.
Or, you know,
It's
like
all-
crap like that.
Yeah, it's people reaching out. It's soliciting. So, and it's better. Us spending $80 a year for this service is better than us spending $20-$30 a month for a fax line. So,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So, I mean, it's not used that much, I know, but I'm glad that we found out that it just quit last week, and that was pretty quick because there's no notification or anything. So, thank you. And then so the LOB Apps and Services app that we have that you should have access to. I don't know if you have access yet or not. I know we're working on that in these sessions we're doing, but the team's seeing the importance. Just like how Nick, every time we get a new tool, he'll track it, put everything down and what it is and whatnot. I'm getting them to start seeing that we need to track that. That LOB Apps and Services should become a central place for all things that we buy that's business related should be in this list. Any apps or any services that we use for Wegman Company should be in this list eventually. Right now, it's just focused on IT and administration, but that's where it's headed.
Okay.
So
Good deal.
this is all in the right area, and I appreciate your patience. So
All right.
thank you.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Can you look at his account online and see if it is saying something about, because he gave me the number and I tried to push it through, it declined. I don't know if he has to say yes, this is him making the purchase. I don't want to bother him. I don't know if you have access to his account or not.
I don't. I mean, he has to call.
Okay. Yeah.
They're going to ask him, personal information.
Well, sometimes it does. Like if you have the Capital One account where you can log into it, you can do it through there. If you don't have access to it, or if you don't, yeah, we can wait for him to see if he gets a text or something. Is he still in the meeting? Do you know?
They just got out.
Okay, I'll give him a minute, then try to call him then.
Okay.
All right, thank you. You gonna survive? Are you okay? Jesus, girl, you sound deathly.
Yes.
Did this ring to the desk?
Huh?
Did this ring to your desk?
It's my cell phone?
Okay. That's weird. I called this the fax number.
That's not good.
Yeah. We gotta find out what the hell happened there. Okay. I'm working on it. Go ahead, and I see you got a call coming through, so
Okay.
thanks. Okay, the fax is working now. I called the fax number, the 4100. I got the 1980s dial-up thing. So we are now. I can't confirm until we get a fax in that it's actually working and it's our number. So we do need a test. I don't have a way to test it. I don't know if you guys have someone that can fax you, or I don't. I suppose I should create an account so I can test it, but yeah, I don't have a need to fax at all. So
I don't know anyone who even uses it.
I'm confident it's good.
These recycling companies.
There you go. Say, hey, can you? I had a flyer from you. I saved your number, but I need the flyer to show my team again or something. I don't know. But bottom line is, I'm confident that we're good. But I'm not perfect. as hard as it is to believe. So just let me know if you have any problems. But I'm pretty good. I'm pretty sure it's good. I'm going to close it.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for doing that.
No
Okay.
worries.
Bye.
Well, fuck. I deserve this trip.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. leave a voice note after the tone.
Hello.
Good morning, afternoon, whatever it is. So, are you back in work mode?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, what's the news with the service desk? Is everything going good there? Are they covering 8 to 6 good and no issues?
Yeah, everything seems to be pretty smooth. Sean's working from home today. He has a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so he won't be in.
Yeah, I got to go to the store today, so I was thinking about leaving here about an hour, within the hour, and I might even do a few errands while I'm out, but I don't know. Like, I'm assuming you guys are good and don't need me. As far as accounts go, did JDTCO get everything they needed?
As far as the webcast,
Yeah.
as far as I know,
You haven't heard back from them? Well, I wanted to see if you wanted to work on web stuff today, and have you heard from AWA at all?
Last week they sent an email saying that they were going with somebody else on the thing. I thought that they notified you.
Yeah, he said that he was going to honor the 90 days and do the transition, but has he asked you to do any changes to the tech stack at all?
No, he asked us to remove the admin.
So he asked you to take away my access to the tech stack?
Yep.
And you honored that?
I did. I thought.
And did you talk to me at all? But like, how did you notify me of all that? Like, do you feel like that was important for us to work together as a shared? Like, I don't feel like we communicate very well, and this is one of the problems that we have.
He told me that he would notify you, or he notified you. I don't know.
He called me up and talked to me on the phone for a bit, and it was like yelling some stupid shit. And I was pretty regular. I was in a good mood. I wasn't letting it bother me. I'm more pissed at the fact that everybody's treating this like it's some optional thing that they just got to check a box off. Like, no, this is security. This is you have a government contract that requires you to XYZ. You brought me in as someone to administer your tech plan, and now my name's on this contract, working with, the people up in Dayton, and any reporting we do, I need to be in the know. I'm part of the team now. And if there is a transition going on, then I need to be the one, because I'm the one that understands the tech plan and the security, and to transition it to somebody else. If they're not doing that, then I'm required to report to the clients that, hey, there is, I'm not managing this anymore, and there's no transition, and like, I'm just letting you know that all the work that we did is basically in limbo. I have no idea where it's at. Like, that's the best I can do. So, if that's where we are, if that's how they want to do it, but he said he was going to honor the transition. That's 90 days of us working with the new provider to hand things off, let them take over tracking their, whatever they want to call it. We call them objectives versus matters. They'll call them whatever they want to call them, but that has to be tracked, and they have to take over what we're doing, right? So, how's that going?
They're doing an assessment, as far as I know. I haven't heard from anybody.
Well, yeah, I think it's important that we get on a session soon just to make sure he understands what this means. So transition and honoring the 90 days, because I don't feel like he's doing that. And if your stance on this is client first, our company and our shared, we have if Ben is more important than all of our clients and shared work together, then yeah, I could see you doing what you did. But if you're putting the business first and our, Kevin Steele, even, like, would you do this to Kevin? Like, this is pretty, like, if somebody requests this, like, and that's fine if you do it, like, but I need to know, don't you think?
Yeah. Like, the email came in, and they just said that we're parting ways with Joseph. We want being removed from access. So I was just under the impression that they had already talked to you and it was
Well, right now where I'm at is I'm at the point to where I'm going to notify my contacts with this contract that I can't help them now. So, and that, you know, I don't know what else to do.
well, I mean, I would assume if they're paying you for the next 3 months, then
I don't know if they are. His understanding of an honoring the 90 days, is that what he means? I'm just going to pay you $3,000. He thinks that's okay to just pay me $3,000. Like, I'm more pressed about the service and the agreement than I am the $3,000 and doing a proper handoff. They actually have some security things that came up in the last 6 weeks that I've been trying to deal with. Do you know they have Yahoo users inside their tenant? Did you do that?
no, is that something that's done when you share a folder?
Absolutely. If you share stuff and they need to know that when they're sharing things with consumer accounts, that's a big red flag.
So how do you share it?
Well, first of all, who are we working with, and are they meeting their security requirements? Because if they're using a gmail.com account, that's and if you don't understand this stuff, Jay, then that explains why you feel so far behind on security, because you probably don't understand identity and how these things work together and how a consumer account's different than a business account. I don't have a lot of time. Like, if you think I'm just bullshitting, then like I encourage you to again, but I'm trying to do my job is all I'm trying to do. So as far as AWA goes, there's misalignment now with the director and now with the provider that's helping them. So like I just want to make sure we're aligned. That's all. Did I do something wrong? Did I do, like, other than telling the client, like, hey, I don't fucking do business like this, and this is how I've always talked. Ben's come over and I've done interviews with him and we've joked and he's cussed and we've all cut. Like, I'm not going to sit here and take this shit. This is bullshit. Well, so I don't feel bad about anything I've said or done. Ben's completely absent, and if that's how they're going to be, I don't want to work with them. But I am going to make sure that this agreement with my name on it, my Navicore attached to it, with us being early in this, like, yeah, we're not going to let something like this go to this. Yeah, you're not going to make us look like fucking idiots in the beginning of this. Fuck that.
I mean, you can do all that. You know, from what I understand is the path that we were going on wasn't 100% compliant either. But I haven't seen the full assessment yet.
Yeah, they got a score of 110. And I don't know if we've done enough to get them over that threshold yet. I know that we submitted a time frame, but those time frames have shifted, and that's not fault of yours. That's not fault of mine, is it? Aren't they the ones that kept pushing shit back? Didn't we document that in the meetings that we recorded? Didn't we cover our ass?
Well, but I think the bigger issue is that we were going down the wrong, not the wrong path, but we didn't know the path.
You're supposed to track all of your matters and all of your projects that you do as an organization. You're supposed to have that in writing captured somehow.
There's 113 items that needed to be addressed, and apparently we addressed 4 of them.
That's bullshit, and you know it. Doing that tenant alone checked off 30 of those boxes. I don't know what assessment you're looking at right now, but again, I
I haven't seen the assessment. That's my understanding is that, but I don't know. It's all over my head. That's why I brought you in.
well, Ben basically, I told him, I was like, you're not present, you're not aligned, and you need to know this. And he's like, I have Mary for that. And I don't want to know this stuff. I'm like, well, then Mary should know, and then you shouldn't even, like, if you're leaving it up to Mary, then leave it up to Mary. But, you can't. Yeah, if he thinks like, yeah, he doesn't value what we do or what we're doing. And he doesn't understand what having a, yeah, they're wasting money. It's fine. I'm not, there's thousands of clients out there and I'm doing fine. I don't, is the extra $1,000 a month nice? Yeah, absolutely. But it's not like going to make or break me, right? So all I'm saying is has nothing to do with personalities. This is about a business, and the issue is that they want to be reactive, but they're required by law to be managed, and they're saying fuck the law. And you have no idea who the new are you working with the new provider?
They brought in somebody from St. Louis.
And you're working with them.
The base. No, I mean, I was introduced to them, but
Well, You can work from ours. We can track all these objectives and everything in ours right now, right? You don't want one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the. I mean, if it's a to-do list, I'll probably have it on my own computer.
Well, it's the same to-do list that we all have on all of our computers because we all work from the same list. It just makes life easier, Jay. Like when I do work and I know it's more Navicore oriented, I'll put it in Navicore's pipeline, even if it's for a client. If I'm doing work specifically for a client, it's something we do for all clients, it's going to go in the client's pipeline. Like I'm qualifying what pipeline things go. So each client has pipelines. And I'm only worried about the objectives one. The matters one, I'm handing that to Kevin and you guys. You guys keep all those lists up to date and managed, right? I'm trying to show you that we can turn this into a corporate-like environment and have responsibilities and things run smooth without you having to do everything because you can trust your employees that we gave them these, hey, this is your job. Hey, this is your job. We're delegating properly. You're at capacity with Alan right now because you're doing it all in your head. Let's build the digital workspace to do it in. So I'm going to go do my running. When I get back, I'll message you, see how much time you have, see if we can't schedule a meeting to get structured and work out the admin pipe. Everything we're talking about right now, even talking to Ben, how are we framing that and what are you going to say to Ben? I mean, we're both agreeing that if he doesn't, we don't work with people that don't want to work with us, right?
Right.
If he doesn't want to work with us, that's fine. But we need to stick to what we agreed to. So we asked for 90 days. Like, I just want us working together, you and I align more than Ben on making this work. So what's the strategy or what's the framework that we're taking to Ben on this? That's what we'll talk about in the meeting. So think of those things and I'll hit you up when I get back. Let's try to get an hour session in before I meet with Kevin and Hiram tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, thanks, boss.
a guideline, which, we came to UNJ as a guideline, which, we came to UNJ, to get that done for us, and looking at what we've accomplished to date, because we did submit, those guidelines, what we're going to do to the government, and they've accepted it. So the way the government works, our right path, is once you give them something, they've accepted it, they've stamped it approved, they are going to expect you to do those things. They are not going to budge. So they are going to hold you to that. So we send them a list of things that we're going to do. And in reviewing those things, I see where, we are still behind. For example, if you go to what we call the overview, and then if you go to overview and you go to information technology, VCIO service group, okay, implementation of SOP and P, that has not happened. So
I don't know, Mary, are you giving him this information? Because you're the director, and Mary, are you? I'm curious how. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of for fact things, and I'm just really confused right now because I know you haven't been on the sessions. You've been very busy. This is the first time we're talking to you. And yeah, I want to make sure we have clear expectations of what we're doing right now, and that you understand that the government, I know these contracts very well, and the government is expecting you to track your work ongoing indefinitely. This is a tech plan. You have to have a security plan that is going on. There's no, let's get everything updated and just stop the plan. That would be non-compliant. Your plan is ongoing, and we have made massive changes to your tech plan in the last 6 months. We've done a lot of work, and it's not work that can just happen overnight. So I want to make sure expectations are clear here, because what you're saying sounds, it doesn't sound right. So let's take a moment.
So I think one of the things that is missing is the SOP and P, which several of those items on the plan that we sent to the government can't happen until we have that. So I think that's what Ben is referring to. And maybe that's a part that you're not understanding with the admin pipeline and how it works. And we are trying to get done with a very small budget. Okay, $1,000 a month is not a whole lot of time to put into the big changes you guys are needing. I did recommend $1,500, but said we could do it for $1,000 a month. I'm trying to help Ben save some money. But this isn't a one-time project, and once the plan's where it's supposed to be, we cut off the spending. That's not how this works. You need to have a tech plan that's ongoing as long as those contracts are going. You have to have somebody qualified, because there's changes coming through technology. You have to have a plan on how you accept those things, how you put those in place, how you communicate that to your team. And I'm providing you guys a platform to do all that in, but you have to do it. You have to understand what we're doing, and it sounds like we're not very clear on what we're doing, because the admin pipeline and SOP and P, they're one and the same. And you have a whole list of items in your admin pipeline. And yeah, I'd like to get further on the roadmap too, but I can go only as fast as your IT provider, which is Jay, and your office manager, Mary. I'm working with them. I set the plan. I'm here to coach and guide them along the lines. And we're as far as their capabilities, because they're very busy. There's contracts that need to be done. We can't do it this weekend. We are doing the best we can. So I want to make sure expectations are very clear. SOP and P is part of the whole process, and I'll share my screen and go and show you where the gap is, where we need you to get to for the SOP and P, because that's something I'm very excited to get to, because I know how important it is. And I'm using AI right now to manage this tech plan. You guys need to have your own AI managing your tech plan. At some point, Ben, I would love for you guys to own your tech plan and be able to be qualified enough to manage it yourself. That's the whole point of what I'm doing. But you guys got a long road before you get there, especially at $1,000 a month.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
so-
that's where we're unclear, is because I don't see a clear picture of what the SOPMP is.
Let's get into it.
I'm looking for a document or something that we could share with our people that says, okay, you guys are supposed, this is the expectation, this is what you do every, you know.
Yeah, so I'm going to
you
show you. Yeah, let's get into. I want to show you. So we haven't got to the point of SOP&P yet, but if that is a question, let's go into it and then let's talk about it. So I'm going to share my screen. I want to make sure we're, respectful of everybody's time. What's the hard stop today? I mean, I know I put it in for an hour. I do have a 10 o'clock, so that's my hard stop. What's everybody else's hard stop?
I think that's enough time.
Okay. So what we're going to do today, Ben, thank you for being here. You're the director. You have a business. And Mary, did you talk to, because I know you said something to me about Ben wants JV to own the plan and Alwa will, like, I don't know how it's going to be, but Alwa should own the tech plan. We built it for Alwa to own it and to connect any joint venture to it. If the joint venture owns it, then Alwa is using a tech stack from another company. That's backwards. That's not how the plan was written out. So before we even get into what we're doing here, I want to make sure that we understand that we're building a tech plan to allow Alwa to manage its business and keep itself secure, and any joint venture that it touches, they can manage the tech stack for those joint ventures and charge the joint venture for the resources in its tech stack that it's using for the joint venture. It shouldn't be backwards. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay with that. Mhm.
Okay, good. So I'm building a site. Ben, have you been to this site yet?
No?
So we have a site that we're building that we're putting your plan in. I don't want you to have to come to me every time you have a question. You should be able to look at this site. You should be able to get your invoices. You should be able to see where we're at with our progress. You should see a history of the work that we've done. You should be able to see your SOP&P on this site. And you do have some SOP&P already. So I want to show you some of your SOP&P right now. We actually provided for you because you were using our tech plan. Let me pull this over here. All right, so this is our admin pipeline SOP&P. This is a document. SOP&P is a standard operating procedure and policy mixed into one document. Sorry, did somebody say something?
Sure.
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen shit. Thank you, Jay. All right, everybody see my screen now? All right, so this document, it's got Navicore on it because you're using our tech plan. This SOP&P will be used to build other SOP&P that's significant to your business. We are providing you a framework, and we give you SOP&P so the government can see that this is how they're managing their stuff. So you already have SOP&P. So if you...
Hey, Joe, you back? On the laptop or? Oh, the one next to where we sit at the office. Yeah, across from Steven. So your mouse isn't working there. Have you been there? You're going to be there to. Okay, and I don't know if they told you, but there's an issue with your phone still. I'm working on it. I'm waiting on the. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be in tomorrow, but if I can, I'll swing by and take a look at it. But I will. Oh, good. Yeah, Thursday I'll be in, and I'll definitely take care of it while I'm there Thursday. So, but your phone, I don't think I'll have it fixed by the time you get back. Okay, I just want to make sure you're aware. I know you mentioned it before. How you been? Good. I'm excited for May. I'm going to Hawaii. So, talk to me after May. Absolutely. But no, it's excited to hear you're back. We'll take care of your computer so when you get back Friday, you're not cussing at it. All right? Have a great. Be safe. Bye. Hey, Tony. What's going on with Tony?
What's that?
What's going on with Tony?
What's going on? Tell you. What you talking about?
The iPad. Did you guys ever get? Yeah. Yeah.
Did you fix it? So did you already do what you need to do on the back end?
I didn't because I'm afraid to. I don't like deleting things. Like I'm going to completely nuke his account, and I want an approval. So when I put a note in here, X and Y told me to go ahead and delete everything. I don't want to be the one making that decision. I guess. Now, have you talked to him? Do you know if he has used it a lot for emails or anything in there that he needs to keep? Should we talk to him first?
Where we were.
That's where that's because of us having an older server and it's syncing to the 365 cloud, and there's a lot of fuckery that's happened in the last 8 years. I could probably figure it out, putting out a few hours into trying to figure it out, but the best thing to do is just nuke that account and reestablish it, just because there's just too much. It's a lot. And I'm not trying to be lazy. I'm just, like, if it was easier for me to do that than just nuke it, then I would do that. But yeah, if what I'm hearing is that he's just shouldn't say it like that. If all he's using it for is, scheduling and whatnot, and nothing in there in the past is like, double check with the user before I go do that.
Okay.
Just say, hey, we're going to nuke your account. You weren't using that account. Can you think of anything in that account that we would need to retain any of your information for? Any of the old emails? Like, did he sign up for services using his work account? I doubt it, but I want to know from him before we do it.
Yeah, I'll get that answer. I'll shoot you a text.
Yeah, and there's an open item in the matters under my name for that one. Like, I'm not telling you to go in there and update that, but that's why I came up today, because I totally forgot. Like, Friday, I reached out to you, but because it's in here, I just remembered to reach out to you. So it's working, is what I'm saying. So let me know.
Okay.
Thanks, boss. Hey, so are you still using Ariba to make payments to somebody?
Yes. To make payments to somebody, you gotta get money from somebody.
And in order for you to receive money from somebody using Ariba, are you aware of the $172 a year charge, I guess?
So,
That's the thing you sent me. It's due on May 10th. This SAP Ariba thing that you sent me yesterday saying action required, you're like, do you know what this is? That's what it is.
okay. I think Bill normally takes care of that. I think you might have already done that. Now that you tell me what that is.
Yep. It's the Ariba payment. Now, I don't know if I don't know specifics and if this is the Ariba account that you use in X, Y, and Z. I don't manage it. Like, I just know what it is, and I've heard you say you use it before. That's why I wanted to reach out to make sure you know what it was. So yeah, there's not.
It's the same SAP thing, right?
Yes, correct. Yep. And if there's something else you need me to look into it for, like, yeah, just let me know. But yeah, there's not much I can do with it.
Okay. Appreciate that. Appreciate you looking into it.
Yep. Anything else going on? Everything else going okay right now? And are you waiting for me on anything else? Didn't you say you had a monitor? We got your monitors switched and everything, right? Ben's doing okay. Oh my God, I'm so sorry I even called you right now.
There's a lot going on, that's for sure.
I just realized what day it is, and I am so sorry to even take up. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for the 2 minutes.
All right, you're welcome.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. My ass is outie. I gotta get some shit done. But you keep it heavy and keep it real as always. Yeah. And we will see you all next time. Peace.